came to these waters to photograph them, to capture them, to set them down inside of something that will not change. But even the photograph of waters will change. It will come to mean something different. Today the photograph means fun and happiness, the joy of exploring. Years from now, though, it might remind me of my loss of balance or my loss of good legs. Eventually its meaning will fade as the photograph itself fades. The photograph is created and changes because all created things change. And I realize the waters will differ from one day to the next. Last week, when I was at a fine arts show in Charlotte, North Carolina, I was asked what was my subject matter. Without really thinking about it, I blurted out time. This left the individual confused and perhaps a bit concerned he was speaking with an art-drugged freak. I tried to explain what I meant, but that only made things worse. Maybe he was correct to be a little weirded out by my claiming time to be a subject matter. How do you see time? How do you photograph something that only exists as cause and effect? A causes B, which causes C. Time, in some respects, is merely the measurement of motion. The wind blows here from there and pushes off further in the distance. But there must have been someone first to exhale, right? I could explain that it is a quest to find the unmoved mover, but again, I'm afraid such an explanation would make things more incoherent. I am not wrong as a photographer to be focused on time. In a very real way, photographs are collections of time. Some photographs capture 30 seconds or more as a single moment, compressing a moment so long into a single image that our human brains, even with a practiced meditative mind, struggle to encounter except through the exercise of memory. There is the fraction of a second, something faster than a tenth of a second, the flitter of a butterfly wing that happens so blindingly rapid The circuitry in our head cannot process the information with enough speed to form an experience. The long, slow spill of water, which exceeds eons of human generations, melts through the mountain's constitution as happily as cruelty's moral convictions evaporate in the light of an orange. The fog clings to the valley because of morning time. Bleached out harsh light lingers from noon until later in the evening to accommodate the sun's overhead position.
Danger.
The starry pinpricks of light, the centernity of glowing orbs in the night sky, is separated by a vast darkness because the universe is expanding. Without that movement away, time would grind to a halt, and the night sky, accumulating the incalculable number of stars, would be as blinding as gazing into the sun. St. Augustine begins his 11th book of Confessions by asking God, "Since you are outside of time and eternity, are you unaware of the things that I tell you?" Augustine is, of course, being rhetorical. His point is to ask another question. Is there anything we can say or do that captures the makers of time's beauty? No, there isn't. But trying is a form of worship. Yo, it's morning time. Okay, so I'm talking to the Brent who is editing this. This is really cool.